Today, I will be comparing the Class 745/0 and Class 745/1. These trains look really nice and modern on the outside. When the door opens, you'll notice the trains are low floor. This is so that you don't need a ramp if you have mobility aids, bikes, or struggle with the step up. On the Class 745/1, there is only standard class in a 2x2 layout. The seats are really good, with about 8 centimeters of padding on the base. There are small tray tables, but no tables at all on for seat areas. There are armrests, but they are really basic and not padded. Each pair of seats has one 3-pin and one USB socket. I tested multiple, and they all worked properly. Forgot to mention, the headrest is slightly curved, but this didn't help. This gap is also weirdly annoying. You also get 2 coat hooks for every pair of seats. This train is mostly used on Stansted Express, so you would expect lots of luggage space. This train has overhead racks and large stacks which were definitely used. There is also plenty of space underneath the seats. In carriages 6 and 7 is this narrow thing with some form of electrical stuff. I think this is normally under the train. There is this big screen showing useful information. This also shows not to use pay as you go, and even in multiple languages. Here is an example of the many random steps. The bogies are here. There are also multiple toilets throughout the train. The trains have loud and clear announcements.
Welcome to this service for Stansted Airport. The next stop will be Bishop Stortford.
I'm not really a fan of this bright red door. After about 45 minutes, my train arrives at the airport 3 minutes early. Stansted Airport has a coach station with buses to Stratford and Liverpool Street. The train is better though. There are plenty of signs leading towards the trains. By the way, cross-country also run services to Birmingham from here. Here's my train departing, going back to Liverpool Street. And here's my next train that I will be riding on. I think the sound is amazing, but what do you think of it? As standard class is the same, I will sit in declassified first class. In Stansted Express units, there is no first class, but sometimes they use Intercity units with first class. This is declassified on Stansted Express, but not Norwich trains. I didn't visit the buffet car as it isn't used on Stansted Express. This is another thing that is only used on London to Norwich trains. Seating is in a 1x2 layout, and 1x1 near the carriage ends. The comfort of the seats are the exact same in standard and first. However, they are actually slightly different. The headrest also says first class on it. There is a lot of legroom, and this support doesn't get in the way. The tray tables are exactly the same in both classes. However, in the transverse seat area, there is a nice and big table. The armrests are better, but this is what I would expect in standard. There are 2 3-pin and 2 USB-A ports between 2 seats. For solo seats, this is between the window and the seat. There are also reading lamps. I didn't check this in standard. There are seat reservations which aren't used. This isn't in the 745/1. Interestingly, the trains had separator things near the doors. These were all stuck open until one started working after the train departed Stansted Airport. There were much smaller stacks than /1 trains, but these trains aren't supposed to be on Stansted Express, so these won't be used as much. The overhead racks are the same on both trains, and there is also plenty of space under the seats. There were also litter bins. I did not see any bins on the /1 units. What is this random thing? It is only on the seats next to the cab. Also, why did the doors stay open for such a short amount of time? A few days later, I found that it is supposed to keep the temperature inside more controlled. Also, if you need more time to board, stepping on the ramp will reopen the door. Anyway, that was my review on the Class 745. I think they are really good, and I assume the level boarding is really useful for some people.